Before you watch this video, make sure you have done the reading on floats and display. Make sure you have done the reading on floats and display. I can't cover everything in a video, so go ahead and do that reading. All right, now with our website, we have gotten this fairly decent looking, but we want to make a nav bar. How do we make a horizontal, good-looking nav bar like modern website design does? So how do we turn this ugly little list into a horizontal nav bar? Well, let's go to our style, and the first thing that we need to do is get rid of these dots. So we're going to get rid of those dots by saying UL, and then we are going to say the list style none. And then with that ran, we got rid of those stinking little dots. They weren't great, but we did get rid of them. Now, the next thing that I want to do is make this look horizontal rather than the way it currently is. And how we're going to do that is we are going to float the individual elements themselves, and we're going to float them to the left. So we're going to say LI float left. And then this is going to bring up our handy little elements there. But this doesn't look great because everything has kind of moved up. We got our line there, but now principal's message is kind of starting right after that. So we're going to go back up to UL, and then we are going to say overflow hidden. And that is going to throw our principal's message back down here with that overflow hidden. Okay, we're off to a good start. Now, what if I wanted to add a background color? Well, the common place to put it would be either in the UL or the LI. I'm going to put it in the UL. I think it's a better place for it. So we're going to add a background color here. And our background color is, let's say, gray. Background dash color. Let's make that gray. Yeah, our high school website's going to be fairly boring, but we're going to do a gray. All right, now if I run it, we get this background color. But I don't like how my link elements are so close together and they're underlined. So how do we tackle that now? Well, for the underline, well, in the past we've just done an A, and then we have done a text decoration to get rid of that underline. We say text decoration none. And that's going to get rid of that underline for us. But the problem is we're targeting all links with this. And I don't want to target all links. I only want to target the links that are inside of my nav bar. So I'm going to say LA. And the even more proper way would be to say nav space LA. Nav space LA space A. And then I should add a nav to this. So this is only going to affect any list that is part of my nav. Now, in this website example, we only have the one list, which is our navigation, but this nav little tag should be added on there. The next thing that I said is I didn't really like how these were super close together. Well, I'm going to add some padding. So I'm going to say padding 15px. Give that a run, and that spaced them out this way, but it didn't really increase my overall size here. Well, in order to have this padding affect the entire element, I need to display it as a block. So we're going to say display colon block. And now you're going to notice that it affects our entire element. That looks great. I like that. And finally, I don't really like how my text here is blue. I'm going to change that to be white. So I'm going to say color colon white. And that gives us the beginnings of a very nice looking nav bar. All right, so this is going to be everything that you really need to a nav bar. One thing that I always like to do is to get rid of this padding here. And margins. So there are padding and margins that are preventing this from going all the way over. And what we do is we actually change that into UL. So where you're going to say padding 0 and margin 0. What you're going to notice is that shifts everything, makes it look a little bit cleaner. And finally, notice how on a normal website, this nav bar stretches the entire thing. But I've already zeroed out the margins and I still have this white space here. Well, that is because this margin is actually a part of the body, because the nav is nested inside of our body. So in order to get rid of this annoying little space here, I actually have to zero out the body margins. So we say margin 0. And then that got rid of that little space. Now my nav bar spans my entire website. And then if I go over to Apple, notice how the text kind of changes when I hover over it. If I go to Weber States, nav bar, it doesn't really do it, but let's see, that's just canvas. But let's add it so that when I hover over this, it changes something. How we do that is with the hover element. So I'm going to say nav LIA colon hover. And what I want to do is I want to change it so that the background color, we'll say background dash color, changes to black when I hover over it so that the user knows what they're selecting. Let's run this. And if I hover over it, the background color changes to black. All right, that is the beginning of our website. Kind of cool. And I hope you enjoyed our nav bar portion of our school website.